So, third time lucky. I hope this will be good enough to intrigue any people who happen upon it. Um, I'm going to talk to you about how how science is conducted is disappointing me in the same way as my mum was disappointed when she found a packet of fags in my pocket, in my bag, sorry. Um, what she was going through my bag, what she was doing, going through my bag is another subject. Mothers and daughters, that's a whole other subject. Um, the thing I'd like to talk about is how science is conducted is disappointing. I was diagnosed with MS when I was 20. I was still just out of being a bolshy teenager, and I wasn't happy with doctors and opticians telling me, oh, there's nothing wrong. Well, please don't tell me that my eyes aren't, that I'm not being truthful about what's happening to my eyes. Something is wrong, something is different. Um, so the bolshy teenager organised talking to an ophthalmologist, and the ophthalmologist said, yes, you should go to Addenbrooke's and get tested for other things, um, and see where that goes. Where that goes, I ended up with an early diagnosis of MS. Lots of people get diagnosed kind of in their 30s, thereabouts, and there I thought it was a plus being diagnosed early, because then science could get to work and things could happen and it would all be worthwhile. Unfortunately, that's not the way it seems to be. Uh, I've been disappointed by the MS industry, and they are an industry nowadays. I'm being treated, if I choose to go after MS treatments, they could cost upwards of 30 plus $1 billion a year to ineffectually treat us. I didn't choose to do that. Um, I don't think I'm alone in that choice. Yeah, I'm basically not happy with how science is conducted. I need to come back to that and come back to that, because it's not science itself that's at fault, but our love of capitalism and capitalism getting involved in healthcare. And things aren't going to go well if that happens. Well, it seems that way for me. Um, in the 1850s or thereabouts, some arguments, some say it's the 1830s, 1850s. Neurologists back then were doing proper science, and they looked at dead bodies of MS patients and said, oh, yeah, it's really weird. There seems to be a vein running through all the bits of damage in the brains that we're dissecting. So I thought, reading up about that when I was first diagnosed, that, well, something will happen. We've got amazing advances in technology. Um, Tesla, more than a car, seems to come into MRIs and things. And so all sorts of things are able to be seen. So that's bound to result in MS being licked. MS hasn't been licked. It seems like the available MS treatments, there's not a lot of long-term data on them. That's what it seems like to me. Perhaps confirmation bias, I've just not been looking for it. But it doesn't slow the progression to second progressive MS. So I feel right in having chosen not to do them. But I now hear about brain atrophy is just going to happen with MS. And it seems that's going to be happening. That has been happening. And that's still happening. And I chose not to have an MS treatment. So that's my bad. Or perhaps it's not. Either way, science has not been conducted as I would have liked it to be. But it hasn't. So I'm hoping I'm being a bit more organized with my display to you. I hope so. Anyway, certainly, yes, stress would appear to be the main thing that affects me, and stress affects the veins, and the veins were seen in every bit of MS damage over 100 years ago. That science hasn't been done, and I know that stress does affect me. I wonder what might have been able to have been done by that. What can we do to encourage more research into this? I think it's a fascinating subject. Well, of course I do. It's happened to me. But I think it's a really interesting area. And there's no one else trying to do anything. So you're on your own. You could do fantastically well. Please, MSers, I I don't want this to be the case for another generation who have been untreated, basically, it seems to me. I hope that's not going to be the case. Thank you very much for your time. We're all getting into Zoom now, aren't we? Kind of. Thank you very much for your time. I do appreciate it.